Hello everyone, this is Chaff Commander Coffee, back with another episode of Civilization 4 Realism Invictus. I think this is around our, just trying to think, 12th episode in the series? Not bad, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Right now, we are taking Mongolia's economy and making it into a proper feudal society. Once we've finished peasant servitude, that will really ramp up our newest farms and allow us to get all these cottage spots working. And I think we'll also be able to get that hemp online, which will be good as well. The largest civilizations of the world. Chaff Commander Coffee, the glorious. It's always good to be glorious. Alright, so these workers really need to just change all of our improvements over to other things. What I also want to do is start building an army to take out the barbarians off to the east here. So we need to take that for ourselves and secure that as part of Mongolia. Right, let's make sure our workboat's coming down here. Should be able to beat these barbarians. If they don't want to attack us, then that's just too bad for them. So we're going to train some axemen. Axemen have a higher city attack. And I think what we'll do as well, if say we were to build 5 battering rams, Karakorum. We're going to finish the Grocer, and then we're going to build the Secret History of the Mongols, because we have two, it's a very large city, so we can get quite a lot of great people working here. I'm probably actually going to set that to do great people. And also we've got two wonders there already, and then we can build the city square to increase our great person birth rate. After this Aqueduct, we're going to build barracks, and then train some Jurchen axemen. I think Beshbalik has already got a barracks, so we might train a couple of Jurchen axemen after that. And then we should have a plenty strong enough army to march on the barbarians. Let's just get rid of those guys there. Have that workboat settle down. Really though, I want to make sure our cities are still growing. Let's see. Okay, we're going to take our people off of off of being scientists for the time being. I'm more interested in getting those cities growing, just so we have some more population to work tiles more than anything else. Now, changing the grazing grounds isn't actually that efficient just yet, but once we get peasant servitude and we can spread some irrigation around our empire, then they most certainly will be. I'm not sure quite how many units we will need to take the barbarians out, so we'll just take, well, it's better to over-prepare than it is to under-prepare. So we'll make sure to get plenty. We will be getting plenty of new units. Over here, let's get the Aqueduct, that should help stop any epidemics we might be coming up against. Oh, our dragon ship destroyed a galley. Ah, the dragon ship's detached from the fleet to move a little bit further. Just get rid of that galley. Let's get this worker to build that road. We'll build it up to the prime timber first. Ah, now we have peasant servitude. Now there was another thing I want to do now that we've got peasant servitude, and it's not change civics. No, I'm not too interested in changing civics right now. What I would like to do though, let's get my fleet, come back over here. We need to get some more cities, but oh, there's a big but here. Our economy is not great. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and capture the cities from the barbarians and expand our empire like that, since they will be already built up. The barbarians will have built workers and start improving them. Just kill those barbarians there. Let's have this battering ram go there. Let's come down here and get some more farms on the build. Let's get that amber hooked up. Another farm over here. We would like to get some settlers. In fact, I think Alamanni might build us a settler, because we still want to be able to get our own cities out in the spots that we've sort of designated for them. And another thing I would like to do is get Asian levy. Now that we have peasant servitude, we can get Asian levy. These are basically the upgraded version of the armed swordsmen that we have, the 4 strength units that build with food and production. And I would like to swap all of my city garrisons with levy, and then instead have all those units move in to support our advance, because we might need quite a lot. And if we don't, then, well, we can start deleting we can start, you know, we can bring our unit numbers to a more acceptable level once we've gotten rid of the barbarians. And that will inadvertently allow us to, ooh, let's actually place some cities around. Let's build one there. Build one there. That seems fine, that seems fine. We could build there, maybe there instead. That seems pretty good. We've got some sort of land that we won't be using up there, but it's marginal. There's no resources, so we'll not worry too much about that. I think that's a good set of city placement. So 6 turns to sanitation, and then 2 more for another great person from Karakorum. Got our first Jurchen Axeman, which we'll be promoting for City Raider, since those guys are pretty good at city attack. And they're likely units that we will keep after fighting the barbarians, because not all of these units we want to keep. Oh, we're being raided, and we have a great artist. Now, what I would like to do with this great artist is get him on to Briz. That way we can start building our culture up pretty swiftly in this city. And we have to fight this longboat, because those crabs are providing some of the health value we need in our cities. There we go. Our cities return to being productive. Okay, so we're going to get an Asian levy here, and we're going to transport that great artist along. Over here, you can also build an Asian levy, and then get your units to move to the front line. Now, strictly speaking, we don't need to swap all our garrisons out. Just most of them. Most of them. You can build an Asian levy after that. You can build an Asian levy after that. You can build an Asian levy. You can build an Asian levy. And you can build an Asian levy now, because otherwise you won't get to it for a long, long time. Right, so we could bulb the great artist for glass blowing, but I'm not really a huge fan of getting glass blowing right now. It's not going to be particularly useful for the time being. It will be later on, but right now it's not a major concern of ours. Alright, let's get those men to join up over there. And we're gonna have the great artist. We're not. We could build one of these. +1 culture to all theatres. Now that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna build that one, because we want our theatres to be providing culture anyway. They're one of the cheapest culture buildings in the game, and if they can provide even more culture, then overall that's going to make our empire a lot better off than simply settling him. Right, let's start getting these hemp plantations up, and we're going to start improving the ground around where we're going to settle in the future. In fact, I think that's probably what we're going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And we can get these 3 cities down. Probably capture. If the barbarian city is in a good spot, I will change where I've selected to place units. If the barbarian city is in a good spot, we will probably keep it. Right, so we've got our battering rams. We've got our first Asian levy over here. Who's going to just guard that city. Now to Briz, you don't have a barracks, do you? I would prefer to get a barracks up and have all of our Asian levy be well trained. Funnily enough, I like well trained Asian levy. But really, realistically speaking, those barracks will come in useful if we need to levy units in a later, you know, sort of in the future. We need to get units up from different locations, and those barracks and such will certainly help. Just kill that barbarian there. Got another barbarian over here who's plundering our sea routes, so we'll have to go get rid of him. Alright, that's him dealt with. And we've got some more barbarians making their way into our kingdom. But they were rather silly and decided to go onto a marsh. So we'll just remove them nice and swiftly. Oh, get another fishing boat up here. Yeah, do that. Might be able to trade that fish, if nothing else. Let's see. Start getting some farms up over here. Because we will get settlers in these spots. I think we'll probably settle down here first, but we want to get settlers all around there. The secret history of the Mongols would be absolutely wonderful for us. It will provide us with a lot more great people, which is pretty perfect. Can't really complain with that. Great people make a pretty huge difference to your advancements. Another church and axeman, bring them down here. Or I don't want to be sitting on the marsh. That's probably counterproductive, reducing our defense values. So as you can see, Karakorum is now getting great people pretty damn swiftly. I should have probably got that a bit quicker, but it's only really recently become available to us. So I won't knock myself too much for not getting that sooner. Let's build an arena. Might as well. The city's in the back here. I could get some more workers, but I think my workers are going to get their jobs done fairly quickly. Yeah, we've got a cottage up these cities down here. Build some farms. Need to get a cottage there. I need to remember that actually. And we just researched fortification, and a mine. Our iron mine's going to be destroyed. Well, we have the gold, so we might as well save our mine. This can be a cottage. Perfect. So we got fortification. We can now build a lot more sturdy fortifications, and it also enables us to go to siegecraft. Now, that's quite awkward because I've already built the battering rams, so I'm going to be getting siegecraft shortly after getting all the battering rams we need to actually assault the barbarians. But you know, I need the units now. The battering rams are what I have available, and the battering rams are what we shall use. Let's get another farm there. Have this guy fortify. There's a barbarian longboat, so I'm going to just quickly maneuver these guys down here to protect Tabriz. No, you keep getting lots and lots of epidemics. You need a cento. In fact, I think Turfan's already got one. Perfect. Right. You can build a farm there. Maybe build a farm there. Oh, that barbarian's just pirating Rome's trade, which is kind of annoying because it does actually make it quite difficult for us to trade with Rome when there's barbarians constantly blocking our trade routes to Rome. Oh, interesting enough, our spies have discovered that the Aztecs are now researching how to build universities, which is pretty scary. They're getting quite advanced. I'm not sure if I enjoy that prospect very much. And settling more cities is only going to make it harder for us to upkeep our economy. But I don't really see another way around it. Okay, we've got most of our church and axemen. I think we're going to start moving now. It's going to cost us moving our units outside of our borders, but at the end of the day, it's probably worth it. These guys can move down here and just act as probably a reinforcement army if we need it. We probably will need it. I imagine the barbarians are going to have quite a lot of units. Could be wrong, but in my previous experience of Realism Invictus, they're pretty nasty. Ah, and now Augustus Kaiser has got map trading as well. And a monsoon has destroyed some of our cities and buildings in Karakorum. That is not great. It destroyed the toll house, the courthouse. Anything else? Anything else you want to destroy? No, just those. Okay. Well, the toll house is actually pretty bad because we need that. We pretty desperately need that to keep our economy up. But let's not worry about that right now. We've got more pressing concerns. We have some cottages we need to get up. We also need a road here. So we'll connect this city, and we'll need to get a road up here as well. An arena, you just built a cento. I think an arena's fine. You just finished something useful, presumably. Let's get a workshop. Yeah, so now that our units have moved out of our borders, they're costing us a lot of gold. And Benito Juarez has completed the Doctrine Trained Archers, which means he has archery training as a technology. He really is quite advanced. He's sort of high medieval right now in 1300 AD, so he's a bit more like the Italians, I suppose. Let's move our army in and get rid of that. There was a Barbarian War band there, which had a ram ready to assault us, but we got them. Caught them out before they had a chance to I think I just spotted a few things there. That's a bit worrying. There's also a galley over there. Yeah, we spotted a barbarian worker. Okay, well that's no problem. Yeah. That just means we'll get some more workers for our empire, since our workers are not particularly good. Have these two guys come over here. Now, if we can get rid of the barbarians, now this is if we can, we might be able to sort out our technology inadvertently by cutting our army down. We found the barbarian city. We'll come back to that. Okay, let's have those guys move down there. Have you fortify and you fortify. Right, so Cuman. It's actually in the spot that I wanted, which is perfect. 2 galleys, a ram, a bowman, 3 savage bowmen, and a worker. So actually just bowmen, and not too many of them. I think we can do this, for sure. We have a very large army. I think we can just win sheer numbers advantage on our side. Which is, you know, that's how I like to win my battles. With a huge number advantage. Now what we're going to do is we don't want the rams to attack across the water. So we're going to leave the rams there with our steppe militia and our... Actually, the steppe militia are pretty good at fighting bowmen, aren't they? Let's leave some of our armoured warriors who are not built for siege combat and move the rest of the army probably onto that cottage there. Once we've knocked the defences down, we will go in for the attack. Hopefully we can win. I'm going to have Turfan actually build one of our settlers over here. Just so we get them out a bit quicker. And then Karakorum can build one less settler. So I could attack with my skirmishers, but they're really bad at attacking cities. So you can't... If you build too many skirmishers because you think, oh, well, I can just attack my opponent's melee units inside their cities, you're going to have a bad time. Because they really aren't the best units for it. Swordsmen are much better in that regard, and their strength value is a lot higher as well. Let's get a mine up there, and we're going to want a cottage here, but we don't have cultural borders, so I think we'll come back and build a mine on that free hill. These guys can just keep ending turns. Okay. Right, a lighthouse, that doesn't seem like such a bad idea actually. In fact, since the skirmishers are not going to be able to help the assault, I'm going to have them move onto this hill. I'm going to spread the skirmishers out to try and fog bust the eastern continent so that no more barbarians spawn. I think that would be a good idea. That way we don't have to worry about the barbarians at all, really. Karakorum's going to get another great person. Let's see what we get. We've got another great artist. What are we going to do with him? Good question. Good question. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I kind of know what I want to do with a great artist. And I'm thinking I want to build another one of those great works of art. Right, let's have you. You're my best skirmisher. You can come down this way. My second best skirmisher, you can just sit on this hill here. You can come up to this hill, I think. We'll have maybe one skirmisher come down over there. One skirmisher come down onto there. That should keep our land more or less covered, or it should keep the east coast covered. Right, I'll come back to you, Mr. Great Artist. Now, what do we want to do with you? We'll probably set him up in one of these new cities. That's probably a good idea. Might even bring him over to Cuman, because that way Cuman's going to have a lot of happiness issues because of barbarian culture, but we can quickly flip it over if we settle a great artist here in there, or we build one of these other buildings. Culture, walls become obsoleted, but courthouses don't. So giving culture to courthouses is actually quite a good idea. And it'll also give 10 culture in whatever city that he plots that down in. Let's move these guys over there as well with the great artists. They can sort of guard these units as well over there. You come down over there. You can just guard right there. You two units can gather up on there. Let's get that up. Have you fortify. Right, we should be coming close to the end of the episode. Yeah, we are. Just need to keep an eye on that because it doesn't always show my turn time up there, which is a little bit awkward. Ninghisya, build a settler. Yes. Yes, we need to get these settlements down. No more messing around. Gotta get all these places settled nice and quickly. Otherwise, yeah, we may have a few problems with perhaps the Aztecs coming over and settling these lands. That would make me very, very sad. Very sad indeed. I may not need this guy here if I take Cuman. We'll see. I don't think there'll be any space for the barbarians to build new cities though once we grab Cuman. I think I'll probably continue the episode at least until I take Cuman. Hopefully we can take it in this assault. It doesn't look like there's quite as many barbarians as I thought there would be, which is pretty good for us. I don't know if I can handle a drawn-out siege with a city all the way over there. Right, you can just guard, and you're our next Asian Levate. Come over there. You can build just a one-step settler. And then we're going to need to get that toll house back up and the courthouse, and then probably a workshop. So we'll build a workshop first, then the toll house and the courthouse. Then an aqueduct. Yeah, I think that's a good build order for our capital. So one more turn of bombarding. One more turn. Let's see. And then we're going to run out of gold. So we really do have to take the city and then try cut down our forces. Can we do it? There's the last of our bombarding. I think I want this this work group to come over here and start improving that city. Right. Over the walls, my men. We can win this. We can win this, in fact. We've got pretty good chances. And this is the best defender that the city has, and we've got a 60% chance. Not bad, not bad. Next unit over the walls. Pretty good. Pretty good so far. Very good so far. And the only defenders they have left after this is like a ram, so if we can kill these bowmen without any casualties, that'd be perfect. Wow, that guy took a beating. They really don't want us to have this city. Okay, we'll get one of our great generals to come finish that round. I should have actually upgraded the great generals before this siege. I might just send this guy in over. No. Should we risk the great generals? I don't really like risking the great generals. Let's send an archer into the soften them up. I need to get rid of these units anyway. They're outdated and not very good. There we go. Right, now I should be able to send the great generals in. There we are. Let's get some experience. And the city is ours. City of Cuman. Yes, we will install a new governor. What we will do is all these units who are left here, delete. We need to get rid of them. We need to cut down our army size. We can actually upkeep our empire. Delete those siege weapons. Sorry, Church and Axeman, you did your job. You need to go as well. These reinforcements who are coming up. Oh, let's make sure we don't delete the great artist though. Just these reinforcements, delete them. Right, we're going to keep these skirmishers because they need to keep an eye on all this land. Make sure that no more barbarians spawn. Now we're going to take 5 turns to get Cuman back on track. But I think that's almost the end of the episode, and we got Barbarian City. I'm surprised there's only the one. I would have expected there to be more, given how many ruins I left behind. Last time we came here, we did leave rather the trail of destruction. I'm going to have this worker just go on to route mode. And let's have both these guys upgrade into swordsmen. Doesn't cost us anything because they're great generals. Great generals can reform their units for nothing, which is pretty fantastic. And we're going to have this guy plop down in Cuman, giving 1 culture to all courthouses. Nice. These guys can just heal up. So yeah, our economy will take a little while to sort itself out, because yeah, we've got to make sure all these cottages actually grow up after having been placed down, which is going to take a little while. Oh, there's a barbarian here. Let's get rid of that. Our levy are more than a match for these savages. These are sort of outdated barbarians. These are like old school barbarians. They're not very good. The new age barbarians have a lot more chance of defeating us in combat, but the old ones, not really. I'm sure we had a worker here. What's taking you so long? Build a road. Hurry up. Let's see. Oh yeah, we lost a farm, didn't we? That's something we'll have to repair. Let's get another cottage up there. I'm gonna have our 2 great generals just protect. Oh, it's renamed Cuman to Axum, which is the old capital of the Ethiopians. Well, I'll tell you what, they had a pretty good capital spot, so I'm glad that we now have it and we can actually support it. I think one of the first things we'll build in Axum, the wealthiest civilizations in the world. Chap Commander Coffee, the puny. Yeah, we've spent all of our gold on our rampant mission to destroy the barbarians, but that's fine, because we can make it back. That's no problem. We will earn our wealth back once more, once we've had our medieval renaissance. But yeah, we need to, I think the first thing I'm building in Axum is a courthouse, because that'll save us probably quite a lot of cash. Oh, there's a hunter there. I would like to get rid of that. You're my pretty good skirmisher. You should do this. Yeah, so we did win that. Perfect. And that brings us to, I'm pretty sure we're over our turn limit now, which is which is what I tend to do from time to time. Let's get another worker. Let's get a workshop. And over here we would very much like to have courthouse. Oh yes. We'll save 3 gold by building that courthouse. That's pretty good. I'm just going to quickly play the turnout before I end the episode. So I've got less stuff I need to do on the next episode, so to speak. These guys, I think you guys need to go as well. Costing us far too much gold. If we take a look at our gold costs, we've got 11 from unit cost of 39 units, and we have a free support for 22. Unit supply, 2 away supply for 8 units, free supply for 4. City maintenance, 40 from number of cities. Yeah. Civic upkeep, ooh, Merchant Princes is costing us. But Merchant Princes also gives us extra trade routes. And then we have inflation. Increase of expenses due to inflation. Total cost before inflation due to inflation. 68%. Wow, 70 inflation. That must be because our we're putting so much money into our gold. Damn, we've got some pretty high inflation. I'm not enjoying that. We have to try and bring that down, which means we need a much more robust economy. We need one that focuses on trade a lot more. So if I can, I'd like to open more trade routes with the Romans, but there's barbarians all over their coast that keep ruining our trade routes. I might have to send ships just to keep my trade open with Rome. But anyway, that is a problem for another episode. So, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.